Hello guys, greetings from Kharkov, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. Today I have prepared a really controversial and really important topics for you. We will start with a really important topic. We will talk how not to be cheap, how not to look cheap on dates, and how to improve your flirting skills. So often you can hear that women don't want to date cheap men, and also you can hear that flirt on dates is very important. It is interesting because usually ladies worry if their flirting skills are on top, if they know how to flirt properly, and they love educating themselves on this matter. They love learning new things, reading blogs, watching videos. But men usually think that they do everything just fine and they're just natural with flirt. And guys, after being a professional matchmaker for more than a decade, I can honestly tell you that usually men are not naturally good at flirt, and so often men really kill dates and kill all the good impression about themselves and turn women off by being so cheap during the dates. And by being cheap, I don't mean that they haven't footed the bill or they have taken her, God forbid, to McDonald's. They act cheap. And the mistake number one that will make you look extremely cheap and will totally ruin the date is boasting about money. How much money you earn, how much money you have on your account, how much you have paid for this suit, or how much you have paid for a car. Guys, I know that so often gentlemen tell that, oh, women are just so materialistic and they just want to date someone who is rich. So by this logic, some men assume that if I boast about money, she will choose me back. And usually men that actually tend to badmouth women and claim that women are so materialistic, usually such men actually do not have that money, and maybe given this excuse that, oh, I don't date women because they're just so materialistic, make them feel better. We are not talking about that. But if you want to impress the lady, saying things like, oh, I have earned like this figure this year, or oh, I have bought a house that costed this much, or do you see this suit, it's her money. Guys, it's such a turn off. And even if the lady has interest in you, even if she had that interest because she has agreed to go out on a date with you, I can give you a 99% guarantee that if you act like that on a date, if you boast about money, if you try to show her how much money you have on your account, and it has happened before that gentlemen have actually tried to show ladies how much money they have on their accounts, it's such a huge turn off. You will make a lady feel so uncomfortable, so awkward, and most likely she won't return your calls and she will just ghost you, or she will give excuses why she doesn't want to see you again. The second popular mistake is actually using lots of words like cheap and expensive during the date. Guys, please avoid such words. On a date, don't talk about things that are cheap and expensive. Some guys fall for this mistake and they start telling that, oh, in Ukraine, hotels are way cheaper than in New York. Oh, can you imagine it? I have booked this really good room at this 5-star hotel in Kyiv, and it is way cheaper than in Miami or in Tokyo. Or the opposite, when guys start telling that, oh, how come it is so expensive in Kharkov? For this same money, I could have dined in Barcelona, or for this same money, I could have dined in Paris, and it is in Kyiv, it should be way cheaper. Guys, what type of reaction do you expect from a girl? Should she feel happy for you that it is cheaper in Kyiv than in New York, or should she feel sorry that you believe this restaurant is pricey? Why are you telling her that your hotel is cheaper or more expensive? Why do you give her this information? By such discussions, you will make a lady feel extremely uncomfortable and awkward, and this is the worst scenario for a date. Dates should be flirty, they should be fun, they shouldn't be about money. So if you keep discussing prices in the restaurant on your first, second, or even third date, and telling that, oh, it is so expensive here, it is so cheap here, like if it is her fault that, for example, this restaurant is cheaper or more expensive than you have expected, then most likely she will just stop returning your calls and will not agree to go out with you on the next date. Guys, and the third mistake that will kill all the vibes. Please don't tell ladies about gifts or surprises that you were thinking about doing or presenting to her, but for whatever reason you didn't have a chance to get or to arrange. One lady has shared a story with me, and she had a date with a gentleman, and thanks God he was not our client. And on that date, the gentleman told her that, "Oh, I really wanted to buy you flowers, but I have left the office later than I have expected, so I didn't have time to do it. So I didn't bring you flowers. So you see, I wanted to buy them, but you know, traffic, and I was busy with work, so no flowers." Why is he sharing this information with her? Like, what type of a reaction he expects? Something like, "It's okay, I don't mind, it's fine." Well, I assume this is what she has answered him, something like, "It's okay, let's just enjoy our date." Guys, even if you are really running late and you don't have time to get those flowers, and the choice is between getting on a date in time, and you know that being late on your first or second date with the lady or any date, it's inexcusable. The lady shouldn't be waiting 20 minutes for you. So the choice is between being in time or getting flowers. Then I would also choose being in time. But please don't tell the lady that, "Oh, I wanted to get you flowers, but you know what, I didn't get them." You know what, you can always call the delivery service, and while you are driving or while you are stuck in traffic, you can order flowers, and actually it will be a nice touch when the delivery service will bring flowers right to the date, and then you will tell the lady that, "I'm so sorry, I didn't get a chance to pick them myself, but I stuck in traffic and I really wanted to get you flowers." Actually, it can earn you extra points because you have bothered to order those flowers for her to make her feel special on your date. If for whatever reason you can't order the delivery, or you don't want to bother with that, and you don't know a flower shop, or you don't have internet, whatever, then just show up on a date in time and try to compensate the lack of flowers with extra compliments, interesting stories, good wine, and just happy vibes that you are happy to see her. Then on the second date you can actually bring those flowers and confess that you feel so sorry that you didn't have a chance to bring them the last time, and you are happy to present flowers to her this time because last time you're stuck in traffic and blah blah blah. But please don't show up with this story that, "Oh, I wanted to buy you flowers, but I didn't do that." What type of a reaction do you expect? And the next crucial mistake is promising gifts or promising help when you do not intend to keep your promise. Just don't do that. I can share a personal story with you. When I have just started dating my now husband, we were not a couple, but we had a few dates, so it was still very early. And during our date, I was telling him that we plan to relocate, I mean, my office from one building to the next building, and pretty much this conversation came up because I was telling him why I couldn't see him another day, because I will be busy, we will be relocating, moving, and I was telling him that I was afraid to move because I don't have this experience. We have been in one office for almost 5 years, so lots of things, and now we have to pack it all and to relocate. And you know what? The next day he just showed up with boxes, and he has brought those boxes and said that in the wrapping paper that now we can pack everything and it will be so much easier. And you know what? I was so grateful. Like, he didn't promise me to bring those boxes. He has just show up. He has brought those boxes, and we have actually packed everything in them. And I was so grateful. I was thinking, like, how come I didn't think about packing boxes? Like, how I was planning to actually pack all that stuff. So those boxes have helped him to earn these extra points in my eyes, and I have really admired how thoughtful he was, and I really like it that he was paying attention to what I was saying, and he has helped me to solve my problem without me having to ask about it. So guys, if you want to help a lady out, if you want to do something nice to her, just do it. Don't start boasting about it. Don't start extra advertising how much help you will offer her, and God forbid then not deliver that help or under-deliver. It is better to really do something. Trust me, a smart lady will appreciate it if you pay attention to what she is saying and if you sincerely offer your help. And the next story that I want to share with you will be actually a negative story. I have started with the positive one. So this negative story has happened to a lady who has recently joined our base. She said that she has met this gentleman online, and they had 2 dates, and he seemed nice. She really liked the first date, and he was easygoing. He was sharing like lots of stories, good looking. He brought her flowers. And on the second date, they have started talking about last weekend and the week before, and she told him that it was actually her birthday, and she went to celebrate it with her friends. They went to a nice resort not far from Kharkov, and she was giving all the details to him. And he said that, oh, so you were a birthday girl 2 weeks ago. I have to get you a present. Let's buy you something nice. Let's buy you a new dress. And she said that he has insisted that much on buying that dress. So they have finished their lunch. He has foot the bill, and they went walking, and he said that, oh, we should look for a nice shop to get you a dress. And while working in the downtown, they saw a shop, and he has encouraged her to go into that shop and to choose a dress as a birthday gift. She said that he was looking through the shelves, like he helped her to pick the dress, and she has tried a few dresses, and she liked one dress, and he said that it really suited her, and he has actually encouraged her to look for matching shoes, and she has tried them on. And when it was time to pay for the dress, he just stepped aside and he let her pay for her dress and shoes. She said that she felt so awkward, and the shop assistant also felt so awkward because like 5 minutes ago he was literally encouraging her like to try on the shoes because they match the dress and you should take them and you should wear this nice dress and I really like it on you. And it was his idea to get her a birthday present. It was not like she has asked him for a dress. She has paid for the dress and that pair of shoes. And actually, he had the audacity to call her the next day and to ask her out on a date, telling that now she has to put on her new dress and shoes that they got her. And she said that she can't make herself put on that dress and shoes because they remind her about that awkward situation. It's not like she can't afford the dress and shoes, like she can do that, but the whole situation is ridiculous. He was the one who insisted on buying her a gift, like, I should absolutely buy you a gift, let's get you a new dress. And then when they have chosen the dress, and he was the one bringing her like dresses to try, so he had a chance to actually look how much the dress costed. And she said that it was not an expensive shop, so it's not like an adult man can't afford the dress. She can afford the dress herself too, but the whole situation is ridiculous. As you can understand, they didn't go on a date number 3, and he has felt that she has given him a cold shoulder, and he has accused her on being materialistic and using him because he has taken her out on 2 dates. It was lunch dates, both dates, and he has foot the bill. Like, can you imagine that? And guys, during the dates, please avoid saying phrases like, oh, if we will start dating, I will buy you this. If we end up as a couple, I will take you on a vacation there. We will do this, that, I will buy you that. Don't do it. It's so cheap. It's such a huge turn off. And the next inexcusable mistake that is not flirty at all is talking about sex on a date number 1, 2, 3, or the date number 4 or 5. Guys, talking about sex and intimacy should happen when both parties feel comfortable discussing it. If you start bringing sexual topics on the first date, it will make you feel impudent, brash, maybe desperate. It won't give the right impression on a lady. It won't make you look flirty. It won't make you look sexy. Maybe desperate is the right word, and pushy, and it is such a huge turn off. If you haven't even been holding hands, how come you insist on going to your room or you're asking about your favorite position? It should happen step by step. First or second date, if you haven't even done any touching, It's not the right time to talk about sex. And guys, please stop boasting that you are such a good lover and you are just so good in bed, so experienced. And also don't tell ladies that, oh, all women want to date me. Just look at my profile on Tinder. Look at all these requests I receive from Ukrainian girls. It's such a huge turn off. It will make you look so cheap. It will make you look like a desperate loser, to be honest. This is the feedback that the lady might have given to her friend after a date like that, if the guy acted like that. And the next huge turn off that makes a gentleman look so cheap in the eyes of the lady is also gift related. I will give an example to you. The gentleman is traveling to see the lady and he's texting her like, oh, I will be in the duty-free, do you need something? Guys, if you ask this question, like, do you want something from a duty-free, do you need something from a duty-free, it equals a suggestion to buy her a gift in the duty-free. She doesn't think that you're suggesting her to actually choose something and to give you the money back once you bring it to her. It doesn't work like that. If you think that by asking this question, for sure she will give you the answer that, no, I don't need anything, I'm fine, and she will think that, oh, it is so nice of him to ask her, he's so thoughtful. It's not the case. If you ask a girl a question, do you need something from Duty Free or from Victoria's Secret or from this shop, be ready that she will tell you that I want this or I need this, and then you will have to deliver if you don't want to really look like a loser in her eyes. If you're not comfortable with buying her something at this stage of your acquaintance or relationship, don't ask this question. If you're not comfortable with paying, for example, $100 for a bottle of perfumes at this stage of your relationship, but you still want to bring her something, then choose a gift yourself. Choose something that is within your budget and you feel comfortable giving her. Just don't ask her beforehand, because she might actually tell you that she wants a perfumes, and then you will bring her something different, or you will bring her like the smallest bottle of perfume, the cheapest one. It will also look really bad. So at the very beginning of this video, I have promised to give you some tips on flirting, and I will keep my word. Don't forget, when you promise something to a lady, you also have to keep your word. So how to become better in flirt? First of all, try to learn to be a good, at least a decent storyteller. How to achieve it? Talk to real people offline. Talk to real women offline. You will see which stories bring which reaction. You will see that, for example, people like this story, or for example, ladies like this story, or these types of jokes work well for women, and those jokes work only for men. And also keep in mind that if you are dating in Ukraine, some stories, they will be just really poorly translated into our culture. Because sometimes the TV show that you watch in the US is not popular in Ukraine. And when you are referring to this show in your joke or in your story, the lady simply doesn't understand the whole meaning. So she doesn't know the whole story. So be careful with that. Please keep in mind cultural differences. Jokes that might have worked in the US won't necessarily work with Ukrainian women, because narrative can be different, our culture is different, and yes, not all things that are popular in America are popular in Europe. Also, it is important to know how to tell a good compliment and how to achieve it only by practice. If you practice on complimenting ladies daily, then on a date, even when you are stressed, it will come naturally, and your compliments won't look artificial, won't look forced or natural. And in Ukraine, women love good compliments. And of course, confidence is sexy, but how to achieve confidence, how to look confident and feel confident if you are naturally shy, again, you have to meet ladies, you have to practice, you have to talk to real women, and then you will gain this skill. Because if you get just 1 or 2 dates, real offline dates per year, of course, it's not enough. It's like hitting the gym twice per year and then being surprised that you don't have the body you wished for. It is a skill, giving compliments, flirting, and sharing stories. And to master the skill, you have to talk to real people. So don't stick to online dating only. I hope it was useful to you, and I hope you don't fall for the mistakes that we have discussed with you at the beginning of this video. I want to wish you love. Svetlana Mukha for Diolli.com.